listen, it does not need to be a new year, a new you. It just needs to be a new year, a healthier you. Because sure, okay, they trying to take us down at every front. So get some TLC products and up that metabolism and up that energy and up that immune system, okay, that digestive system. Get that all together with these TLC products right here. And don't forget, okay, sign up for ifyoucanmove.com and become a part of the online gym and shed the pounds, honey. We're starting a new challenge on January 3rd, and I would love to see y'all there. Get the links down below. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Love After Lockup. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start off with Marcelino and Brittany, okay? So the last time we saw them, they were out in, a very dangerous area of Vegas looking for Brittany's mom, Cindy, or Cynthia, or whatever her name is, okay? But I normally just call her Brittany's mom, okay? Everybody knows that Brittany's mom has a really bad drug problem. They went to therapy and she may have had a bad reaction because now she is ignoring Brittany's phone calls and Brittany is worried about her. So now Brittany has gotten her husband to go and search for 5+ hours to find her drug addicted mother out on the streets, okay? They go from the motel to parking lots to neighborhoods, and when they find themselves back at the motel, they run into her only after thinking that she could have possibly, been the person that was on their knees getting arrested by the police, because that happened while they were there. Marcelino is over it. He's actually making jokes and shit about it, and Brittany doesn't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny either, but I also understand that you're not going to tell me how to react to this shitty situation when I'm riding right next to you for 5 hours to find your mom, because you feel like it is now your responsibility to save her, okay? She couldn't save herself for you as a child, and now you as an adult trying to save her and putting your family in harm's way to do it is just really over the top for me. And I'm starting to understand why Marcelino is so annoyed by it and just handling it in a passive-aggressive way, making jokes instead of like really saying, I'm not doing this shit with you no more, which is probably what he really wants to do, okay? They find her mom. She's like, Mom, would you just come back? Would you just come back with me? Would you just come with me? Because she wants to get away from this dingy ass motel. Okay. Bad memories for her as well. But apparently Cynthia, whatever her name is, was out here with her boyfriend. I said, you got a boyfriend? You staying at a nasty ass motel. You got a boyfriend? Yeah, you was out here looking for pills, okay? And she admitted it once they got in the car that she was out here looking for pills. And she says that she didn't find any. I don't believe her. I think she found some, to be quite honest. And I think she was going back to her motel room to take them pills and zone out. But, if y'all gonna tell me anything different, fine. But that's just how I feel. I really want Brittany to stop taking hours and hours away from her children, from her household, to try to save her mother. I understand it, but your mother doesn't want to be saved. And at some point, your life has to be more important. You need to get the help so you can deal with the fact, like I said before, that you can't save her, Brittany. Like, I understand you trying and I get it, but I just kind of feel like it's something that she needs to let go before it ruins her own situation. Okay, so let's move on to Andrea and Lamar. Y'all, Andrea is continuing on being a toxic parent to her children, okay? So I know that your daughter Priscilla, who's like 9 years old, is handling this situation very well, but your two oldest, who really understand what's happening right now, are stressed the out, okay? Because Andrea has them packing up their shit to get into a car and go to a hotel with her because she's so mad about Lamar not telling her that he was taking Priscilla to see his older daughter, Shantae. This is not that serious. This might be a silent treatment. I'm not going to talk to you for a few nights. Don't touch me. We not having sex. Fix your own plate. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll take all of that. But taking your kids and disrupting their lives because you can't deal with your emotions, Andrea, is toxic and fucking tired, to tell you the truth. I'm exhausted with you. I can't imagine how your children feel. And Tennyson jumps out the car and says, no, I'm not going to go with you. He said, I'm going to stay with Lamar because I don't want him to feel like nobody is there for him, because he makes us feel like he's there for us. And to me, when you put that into perspective, I think the main issue here is Andrea. Yes, Lamar does not make the best decisions, but her overreaction to things is what really causes the toxic environment. Y'all could just have a conversation, a discussion quietly about what has happened without you doing all of the extra shit. I mean, when they went to the hotel, Nyla told her, you need to control yourself, because as soon as you get upset, y'all start acting like teenagers. Y'all start acting like children, and now your teenage children have to parent you because you can't calm down because you haven't been able to control your man the way you thought she was going to be able to control him. Girl, Priscilla was like, I just want everybody to get along. Of course she does. But she probably will also like to not feel responsible for her family being broken up because her mom can't handle, difficulties in a marriage without losing her damn mind. Did y'all hear her when she was like, oh, Priscilla, aren't you glad you came with me? Because Priscilla was excited to be at a hotel. I was just kind of like, she probably would have been happier if you would have left her at home to be a normal child with her whole family in one house versus, ooh, fun at a hotel, but I miss my daddy. And then she talks as if she hasn't already put her kids in a toxic situation and as if it's all on Lamar. And that's why I said it's not all him. Like, he does do dumb shit, but you blowing it out of proportion is what takes it to the toxic level for the kids, as far as I'm concerned. So y'all, Lindsay and Scott. Lindsay is in Scott's office destroying shit. She is so mad and upset that he told her lesbian lover Tara Bell could not stay in his driveway in her trailer. So now she wants to destroy everything in this man's office. And I'm just kind of like, girl, really? Carving shit into the desk, destroying paper, just doing the absolute most. Scott comes home and gets a beer and goes to the patio and waits for her to finish. He says that he is not going to engage with her crazy ass because he knows that she's already on one. And this is probably why she got in jail in the first place, because she does this. She doesn't get her way and she proceeds to act a complete and utter fucking fool about it. Oh my God. I know she's probably back in jail now. I think somebody told me that. And honestly, I feel like that's exactly where she should be. I mean, when she poured powder all over the place, I was like, what are you, fucking 5? What are you, 5, Lindsay? Jeez Louise. She takes her little book outside and, ask him, has he been with any prostitutes recently? To which he kind of stutters and stammers, but I think he was prepared that she had been going through his shit. He says, yes, I met one in prison. I was like, oh, he calling you a prostitute, shading the dog shit out of you right now. I was like, damn, she deserved it though. And then he says that, in the confessional, yes, when he was a single dad and he was out here by himself, he definitely will go ahead and reach out to the prostitutes. Okay, but he called them escorts. Same thing, Scott. Same thing. Then she asked him about all his debt. And I'm like, how a bitch who is a dependent gonna ask somebody about their debt? And he was like, I know better than to give you access to my real money. I was like, good for you. Good for you. Because there are people on this show that are not that smart, Scott. So good for you. Then she pulls out the book. Okay. And, I guess she's going to read to him the portion of the book that she took from the book and he thought that she had written it. And like I said before, it doesn't even matter. You probably remembered that part of the book because that's what you wanted. So don't sit up here and act like, just because it was out of a book, that somehow means that that's not what you was trying to do with him. Because look how quick you want to throw him away and destroy his life and shit because you can't get your way while you want to bring this other woman into y'all situation without telling him about it. Like you being flawed and now you mad that you're not gonna be able to get away with being flawed. Girl, please. Girl, please. Then she tells him he needs to leave the house as if she pays any bills or something. And she tells him he needs to protect himself because if he didn't realize, it's over. And she'll probably have someone in his bed within the week. And I was just kind of like, yeah, Terabelle, bitch, we know. Y'all, put Lindsay back in jail. Like, he should have called the police on her right then. Take her ass away. All that shit she did, it was enough to get her back in prison. Obviously, that's where she wants to be. So moving on to Destiny and Sean, y'all. It's about that time for Destiny to go to court and for Sean to find out whether he's going to lose $50,000 of his money or not, okay? So it's the night before and Destiny is getting lit with her mom because she doesn't know what's going to happen. And Sean is, I guess, in town wherever the court date is supposed to take place. And he said that even though she didn't want him there, he's showing up anyway. There's also some conversation about whether she's going to run or not. Her mom says that she thinks it's best for her to go ahead and turn herself in and do the right thing because her mom doesn't want to have to deal with the outcome of her going on a run or getting put in jail for even more time. Like, it's just too much. So just do what these people asking you to do. And then they get into the real issue. So the real issue with Destiny is that Destiny's mom feels responsible for Destiny being assaulted as a child for years by an uncle, no less. So yeah, she actually went to court and had her uncle put away. So she had to go and testify and everything. So going to court is very triggering for her, which I'm not gonna lie is really messed up, and I totally get it. But I also feel like, at what point do you take responsibility for yourself? Holla at me and tell me when that's gonna happen, Destiny. So John, Shane, and Lacey. Okay, so Lacey's dad and Shane go golfing. All right, apparently Shane used to golf with his uncle back in the day all the time. So this is his game. Okay, he is good at this shit. And Lacey's dad is like, I want you to picture John's head when you're hitting the ball. And he does. Knocks that shit way over yonder. We couldn't even see what happened to it. Meanwhile, Lacey is somewhere with a friend talking about Sean and how Sean's been calling her, but she hasn't been answering any of his phone calls. But she has like mixed emotions. And I'm just kind of like, oh my God, Lacey, here we go again. Lacey's dad tells Shane that John is out of prison. She didn't want to tell Shane that shit. But her dad was kind of like, he deserves to know. I don't want him caught off guard. So if she isn't going to tell him, I will. And I was just kind of like, damn, daddy, you in the business for real. But I get it. I'm not mad. Like, she was wrong for not telling him. I'm definitely sure he's going to be upset about that, but probably more on guard. And he should, because John was sitting outside the house last episode. So he definitely should be on guard and, you know, be aware that this dude is out. And I feel like Lacey is probably making more issue for herself by not being honest with Shane about it. But he says he's ready to knock John's head off if he has to. Sarah and Michael, you guys. So Michael keeps trying to make it seem like he's been there for the kids this entire time. But Sarah gets upset at him for whatever goes on in their relationship. And then she makes it hard for him to talk to his kids. And I just kind of feel like Michael talking on the phone with toddlers is nothing. Like she said, if you were doing what you were supposed to be doing, I wouldn't be crying out of exhaustion every night because I'm taking care of these two kids on my own. Okay? You calling doesn't do shit for two toddlers. You're not paying for shit, but you calling? Like, what does that do exactly? That does nothing. I mean, honestly, I wish that she would just have stood still and told him exactly what it was instead of running off, running back and forth inside the hotel, outside the hotel, making us and the camera people tired and dizzy, okay? Because she doesn't want to keep hearing this bullshit coming out of Michael's mouth about how he has been there for the kids. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You may have been on the phone, but let's not forget that she pays that phone bill too. Like, you have done the absolute bare minimum for those children and have the audacity to throw it in their mom's face when she doesn't feel like picking up the phone for your pussy ass. How about you show up and take care of your children? How about that? And everybody wants to say that, you know, she makes it about their relationship, and she does. But at the end of the day, that does not mean that he's not responsible for him not being there. Once you got out of jail, why did you have to go to Miami with Maria? Why couldn't you stay there and help Sarah with your kids? That's what a parent who felt responsible for their children would do. You don't feel responsible for them because you know Sarah is going to pick up all of your fucking slack. Y'all, this made me so upset. Like, to watch him have this argument with her and then feel validated by it. You have not done shit for those kids. Miss me with phone calls. They're toddlers. That might mean something when they're like teenagers and they're looking for emotional support. But when it comes down to taking half of the weight and being a parent to two young kids, you have not done that. And talking to Sarah out the side of your neck about what you have done, honestly, like, she better than me. I'd have tried to stab you. But anyway, you guys, that was Love After Lockup. That's all I have to say about the ratchetry. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I'll see y'all in the next one.